Hey loves, welcome back to another tutorial. So today's video we're going to be learning how to sew this beautiful monostrap top. It can also be called a one shoulder top. So if you're interested in this video, please keep on watching and let's get started. Please, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please kindly subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you'll be notified each time I upload any video. So here I have my tape, my marker, my ruler, and my pattern paper. Please, for this pattern paper, make sure that it is on fold because mine is on fold right now. You're going to be drafting the pattern first. So first thing first, I'm rolling my starting line and then I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement, which is 16 inches divided by 2, and I'll mark. Then I'll go ahead and mark my bust point, which is 12 inches. After my bust point, I'm going to mark my waist point, which is 17 inches. I'll mark it as well. Then I'll go ahead and roll a straight line across. So the next thing is to mark my full length, and the full length I want is 19 inches. What I have on my pattern paper is 20 inches. So I just left it like that. Then I'll go ahead and label it bust points, waist points, and full length. The next thing I'll do is to mark my shoulder slope of 1 inches. I'll come down by 1 inches for my slope, and then my neck width is 3 inches. And then I'll go down by 1.5 inches for the neck depth. And then I'll go ahead and connect. So the next thing is to mark my armhole measurement, which is my bust measurement divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. And then I went ahead and marked and I labeled it chest line. So I'll go ahead and rule a straight line. So on the chest line, I'm going to impute my bust measurement divided by 4 plus extra 1 inches allowance. And then on my bust line, I'll also divide my bust measurement divided by 4 plus extra 1 inches allowance. So I'll go ahead and repeat the same process on my waistline. I'm going to mark my waist measurement plus extra 2 inches allowance because I'm going to use 1 inch for my dart. So I'll mark my waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inches allowance and then 1 inch for that allowance. I'll go ahead and mark. So the next thing for me to do is to divide my armhole by 2, and I marked. From the point I marked, I'm going to go in by half inches to create my curve, my armhole curve. So I'll go in by half inches and then I'll get my curve ruler and make a curve. You can use your free hand to do this, but if you have your curve ruler, you can also use it as well. So for my dart, I went in by my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. I marked. Then I went up by 6 inches. And then I marked my darts. I went in by half inch. And then I'll connect. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to cut off the unnecessary parts that we don't need. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to get my fabric and cut the back. So this fabric is a rough fabric. I don't know if it's up to 1.5 yard. It's just a scrap fabric that I'm using for this project. So I'll go ahead and cut the back first. So I'm going to mark my zip allowance now because we did not add our zip allowance to the pattern. So I'm marking 1.5 inches all the way for my zip allowance, and then I'll connect. Once I'm done, I'm going to place my pattern paper on the fabric and then I'll cut out. I'll go ahead and pin it so that it doesn't move. So once I'm done, I'll go ahead and notch my darts and then I'll take out the zipper bulge. So I'm going in by 1 inch on the waistline, on the bust line, and then I'll go in by 1 inch on the waistline as well, and then I'll connect it all the way to the top. So once I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and close the zipper allowance. You guys should pay attention. I'm closing the zipper allowance so that I can be able to use it. So I've gone ahead to close the zipper allowance and then I'm going to spread it open when we are done so that we can be able to use it and cut the front and the back together. So this is how it's going to look. After we are going to add our zip, but just for this project, we are going to close it for this moment. I don't know if you understand. So the next thing to do is to cut out our mono strap. Remember I told you to make sure that your pattern paper is on fold. So we are going to open it up like this and then we'll start our adjustment. So here I'm going to mark 1 inches. I'm going to go in by 1 inches on the left shoulder and then I'll mark. Then on the center line, as you can see from the fold, the center line, I'm going to come down by 3 inches. So mark down 3 inches on the center line like you see me doing. So once I'm done with that, I'll go ahead and from this point, from this armhole point angle here, I'm going to go ahead and connect it all the way to the top as you see me doing. So I'll get my curved ruler and then I'll connect all the way to the armhole point. So I'm going to repeat what we did in case you're still confused. From here, I came down by 1 inches and then on the center line, I came down by 3 inches. It all depends on how low you want yours. Then from the armhole point, I'm going to go ahead and connect it all the way to the top. That's what we did. If you have any questions, you can just comment down below and I'll put you through. So now I'm going to smoothen this out because we don't want it to have a sharp edge. So I'm just going ahead to smoothen it out a bit so that it will not be too sharp. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and cut out. So guys, our mono strap is already ready. Like this is how it is. I'm going to go ahead and cut it on my fabric now. So I'll get my front fabric, the fabric I'll use and cut the front, and then I'll get my back fabric and I'll place them together right side facing each other, and then I'll go ahead and cut it out. So I'm going to carefully cut everything out right side facing each other so that we can be able to achieve our mono strap. So guys, once I'm done, I'm going to open up our zip allowance again. Remember we closed it so that we can be able to cut this mono strap. So now that we are done, I'm going to open it up again. So I'm going to go ahead and pipe the neckline and then I'll hem the edges as well. So guys, I'm done hemming the edges. I've also sewn in my darts and everything is ready. I've also added my zipper and the top is almost ready. I've gone ahead to pipe the necklines and the armhole. So everything is getting ready. So here I have 1 yard of organza fabric, but I ended up using as little as quarter yard because it's not even up to half yard. We don't need much for this tutorial. So I'll fold my organza into two and then I'll mark. I mark 7 inches because I don't want the ruffles to be too much. So I just mark 7 inches. So once I'm done, I'll go ahead and join it. So I've also joined and ironed it. As you can see, it's looking very neat. I'll measure what I have round and then I'll also measure what I have on my fabric. So what I have here is 54.5 inches. So I went ahead to measure on my fabric and what I have is 20 inches. So we have enough to gather around. So I'll go ahead and place it on my fabric and then I'll make ruffles. You guys, I tried using a loose stitch to draw it, but it failed. Like it didn't even work out. It was just cutting because of the fabric. So I went ahead to my sewing machine and then I did the ruffles myself, as you can see. I was just gathering it myself. So you can do this as well. This is also another method you can use. So once I'm done with that, we have our organza here And I think I have like 24 inches here. So now I'm going to place my ruffles on my fabric and know how much excess we have left. Because my fabric was 20 inches and my ruffle is 24 inches. So we have excess. So I've gone ahead to join my shoulders together, as you can see. So the next thing for me to do is to get my ruffles. So guys, we are done joining everything together and it's looking so beautiful. If you've not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe and turn on your post notification, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.